So from getting audience feedback, we can see that we've included a lot of things that we didn't necessarily mean to do on purpose. For instance, the use of lighting in the dark room that we used, and we had to use a candlelight because we didn't actually have any electricity, and it actually helps convey the emotions of the song in a way that we didn't mean to do.
I think as well, we didn't actually think it'd have such a big effect, whereas when people have actually watched it, they have said that the fact it doesn't necessarily have a huge storyline, etc., you can see that there is a main star to it, and from the facial expression she uses, the body language, you can get the emotions really easily. I also think that the things like, in particular, Amy said, she'd said about how the lip syncing was really on point, and I think we had a bit of trouble with the lip syncing to start off with because it isn't a very well known song at all. It hasn't actually been released and it isn't on an album, so the lyrics weren't something that Kira actually knew straight away, so it did take a lot of dedication from her to learn them, whereas there were some that we couldn't grasp at all, whereas people have said after watching it that the way we've edited it, the lip syncing is portrayed really, really well, and it's actually completely on point, which we're really happy with.
We also, well, it's in our audience feedback, it's like that all the clips are equally as good, but when filming we didn't think we'd have as much footage that we could use, but we've had to include some images that we weren't originally going to use, but it actually comes together and looks all right if you put it with the song and the genre.
I think if we were to do it again after what we've heard people say when they've watched it, I think we need to use a better quality camera. The one we're using now is actually much better than the one we filmed with, particularly because, like Kira's mentioned, when we filmed in the annex it was really dark and we didn't actually have a plug, which we thought we did have, so we used about 20 candles to light up the room. So with a higher quality camera there's a much better chance that we would have a much better picture, whereas it does look quite pixelated in some of the shots, so I think that's something we'd have to improve on if we were to do it again.